Why, hey there, guys. How's it going? Slappy here. My voice is still a little delicate, so I'm gonna take it easy on the high notes. But yeah, let's jump down here. World Tour Part 2, Project Singularity. Last time we did Spawn, this area around us. And today, we're gonna do the rest of it. So, let's continue on our journey, shall we? The feedback from episode 1 on the Creativerse server has been fantastic, so thank you guys for that. I'm looking forward to playing on there, but definitely going to miss this world and definitely not done in this world. But anyway, I guess we left off our tour right around here, and I want to follow this pathway, but I guess we might as well check out our Christmas village right here. We might as well check out the Christmas village, so hey, how's it guys going? How's it going for you guys? Oh, the Penguins won last night, Game 7. Cha-ching! I'm in a great mood today. I am in a fantastic mood. Yeah, happy Thursday. I gotta waste the teleporting screen. This was the Christmas village. This is what we did. They released these blocks, the gingerbread blocks and the candy cane blocks. They released them, I want to say, beginning of December. And then up until Christmas... my apologies if you're not a Christmas person. We made a Christmas village. Holiday village, winter village, whatever we want to call it. Yeah, so we made a little village. I love building with these blocks. I want to say that up front. I think these blocks, they go together so unbelievably well, and they're so perfect, and I love them so much, and they go great with snow. I was just so happy. So yeah, we found this, well, right here is sort of our redstone testing area, if we go back that way. Not redstone, machinery. And, yeah, there was this big, empty, snow-covered area, and I thought, you know what? I want to build a little Christmas village because I want to use these blocks. The only thing was, I did not have that much wheat. That was a bit of a pain. But anyway, let's start up here, then go through our town square. So up here is, I think, where we started the village, sort of, originally. I started by building an ice rink, which is definitely functional. You can definitely skate around on it, which is pretty neat. I used a lot of these red lamps. We'll check this out at night as well. But I built this, what did I call it? Penguin pond. Ah, so appropriate. So appropriate. So yeah, we have this beautiful little skating rink. I did these candy canes, and a bunch of people were like, hey man, you know there's a candy cane block, right? And I was like, yeah, but they don't look nearly as cool as these. These candy canes are really awesome. There's one falling down up there. I'll show you guys this place at night as well because the red lighting really does a notch. I also really love these trees. The only problem with these trees is that they don't grow. So I grew a tree there, and it doesn't grow with the snow and stuff, so it looks really strange because I wanted these trees sort of around the whole thing. But anyway, no big deal. I built a snowman up here, and we had some trouble with his eyes, so now he just looks dazed and confused, like he just got knocked out or something. But yeah, he kind of oversees the village and the penguin pond. Over here was supposed to be like a mine shaft. It was like a mine shaft that had like a candy explosion or something. And then a lot of these houses don't really have anything in them. They're more just sort of around for looks. But everything centers around the town square where we have some guys wandering around. There's a few of these guys that are just wandering. You can see, I don't know if he's... Some of these guys are tamed and wandering. And then I have, I think, 2 in pens. I have a Rambo with a little tiny hat on, and this guy, and... There was presents. I was going to label all the presents and give them as gifts to people, and I ran out of time. I ran out of time on this build. I wanted to build a big church somewhere. Anyway, we have our tourism office. You got all the outdoor fun. You got little pathways leading back to some of the other houses. I don't think any of these really have anything in them. The only 2 that have stuff in them, I sort of did the inside just like this. But the only 2 that really have anything is this guy here, which was the first one we built, which I was pretty excited about. And this is just where I was, you know, all my goodies, And then this one over here is the bakery, Gingertown Bakery, voted the best in town. That's high praise. We have our molasses generators, and we have some ginger loaf. I don't know if there's any in here. Wow, what a selection! And then down here, yep, look who's still here. Guy with the bow tie. So he's our chef. Right after I put him up here, I was like, yo man, get to work. He came down here, and he's been asleep down here ever since. It's been like 6 months. He does no work. He can't get back upstairs. It's unbelievable. That leads to just a little wheat field I built somewhere else. And the only other thing that's in this village, this all took quite a while. you know, it was a bit of a journey to make this much. Was this ski hill back here. So I tried to make a ski hill, which as you get closer looks worse and worse. This took a really long time, and it doesn't really amount to much. But yeah, the idea was it's supposed to look like a ski hill. We have a little ski chalet. And from a distance, like from the town, oh, there's a pathway. I'd use these snow caps as a pathway, which I thought was pretty cool. But from a distance, I think it looks pretty good. You know, it kind of looks like a ski hill would be there. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically this entire place. I really like it. I love these blocks so much, and we will continue the tour in just a second. I just want to show you guys this place at night, because that's when it really, really pops. Okay, I forgot you could sleep in a bed just to get the night to go away, but look at this place at night. I love it so much at night. This is when it sparkles, these celestial skybox, and the red lighting just really gives it, I think, like a really warm vibe. I think it has just a really homey, a really warm vibe. You can walk up to the hockey rink. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to Christmas time again. Not only because it's Christmas. Oh look, people are skating at night. Oh, just gorgeous. I'm really excited to get to Christmas time again so I can use these blocks. I want to do an even bigger and better Christmas build next year. But yeah, this area, you know, it wasn't everything I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little bit larger and have some other stuff. I want to do like a town hall and a church and some bigger builds with these blocks. But in all honesty, I'm just so happy with it that I don't mind that it turned out. You know, it's small, it's quaint, it's lovely. Let's go check out something else. Okay, we're back next to spawn here, and I wanted it to be sort of that mid-morning sun. I think is so gorgeous. So we're gonna roll with this. So when I first started out in this world, I moved away. I decided to build a big base, and I'm pretty excited about it. I was pretty excited about it. I thought this base would be really cool, and you know what? It was. I really liked it. Now looking back at it, maybe I didn't, but you know what? That's cool. But I decided I really like pathways and worlds connecting things, and so I built a pathway all the way to it, which is what we're going to walk down, and I decided to fill it up with like random things, because you know, if you got a long pathway, I just put random builds on it. So one of them's just over there, but this was another one of them, which I actually kind of built. There was two purposes. One, I wanted to make all the food in the game. There's all kinds of food in this game, and I wanted to make all of them. So I did. I made one of every type of food, and I learned that there's all different kinds of boosts and stuff you get from them. But the other thing that coincided with this particular build is that the U update came out, which is where they added limestone and peak stone and grass and stuff to slabs and slopes and stairs. So I built this thing out of slabs and slopes and stairs, the glass slopes, and it ended up being this eccentric, crazy looking thing, which I think is pretty cool. It's kind of like modern-esque. I think it's pretty neat. I did a lot of landscaping around it, custom trees, and this is when I was getting really into the landscaping thing. And leaves around and stuff, and I really like it. I really like this area, but yeah, we never gave it a name. Now it has a name. But yeah, okay, I'll show you guys around back first, because I built the bottom first. So this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. We have storage for everything that you can use in cooking. So these are all the ingredients you can use in cooking. These are all the different liquids, and these are all the different foods. And those all combine in the cooking station to make every different type of food, which we can check out in a second. So I have some chisards over here and some Arctic chisards. They're used for their eggs. And then I got your crops, and that's really all you need. All the liquids, our infinite liquid thing that we saw last time, is right over there. So anyway, let's go in now. Yeah, so the inside ended up being a bit of a kerfuffle. I brought a placemat with me just so I could like put some food on one of these tables. Oh, okay, I thought it was going to go up high. Anyway, the inside ended up being a bit weird. I sort of built this strange slope thing, and I think it's kind of neat. You can see the kitchen down below. It would be very trendy if this was in a city. And we got, you know, bar seats, and I thought it was a little weird how it all came together, but that's fine. So here's all the different foods in the game, if you were curious. What one looks cool? Let's try that. And there's all the sandwiches. Let's try the mushroom sandwich. Looks kind of neat. There's a lot of pies. Mushroom pot pie. Ooh, I do love chicken pot pie. Let's give a wholesome pie, and maybe this red one for a little contrast. I brought a placemat because now that we have placemats, we can put food on the table. Yeah, that's kind of neat. The bread looks hilariously big. Anyway, so yeah, that was this place. It was kind of a short little project. It was mostly because I wanted to do all the food, and then the update coincided, so all the food and all the slabs kind of came together. Anyway, let's continue down this path that took a really long time to build. And while I was building it, I decided it's so long that we're going to need a gas station. And I built this, which, yeah, I don't know. It was just something that came to mind. I used concrete, never really used concrete. It kind of ended up working out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It was different. So, yeah, we used asphalt. It does look like a gas station. That's really all I can say. We have some, you know, tables outside, and we have a little bathroom back here. This was a community suggestion. It looks like a little toilet. Also, this kind of looks like a mirror, right? Yay! So that was different. This was a weird build. Gas City. We have our gas guy back here. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. And we have some shelves of stuff to buy, and yeah, it was a weird thing to build. No purpose other than just you know, sometimes it's cool to just have builds that are just sort of builds. Anyway, if we continue along the path, we can see the UFO. That was Asher's or Crade. I can't remember, but somebody built a UFO in the middle of a canyon, and it's super cool. There's a bunch of farms in it. It's a really cool build. It's a really cool build. And then this was a Walden thing. He continued the path down here. This is to spawn the mega guy, the giant rockster. This is how you spawn him, something like this. It was pretty cool. This was the first time I've ever seen the sandcastle wall, which is awesome. Yeah, you can see the UFO there. He kind of tucked it right between all the peaks. Just looks awesome. Just looks awesome. Anyway, let's continue on down the path. I lit it up as well, because it's kind of cool to walk at night, actually. It's also just cool to have paths, man. Paths are cool. Whatever. I don't have to explain myself. So anyway, here we are coming up on... My mountain base is over there. And I changed up the path to match the mountain path. And now it's this path with the bedrock wall. A stone I was infatuated with when I first started playing the game. I used this all the time, which you guys will see in a second. I decided I wanted these big archways, kind of prefacing the base. And they ended up being a little more epic than the base required. Also, I wanted to continue them along, and I just never did. But yeah, they ended up being a bit cooler. This one's just floating. They ended up being a bit cooler than the actual base itself, but yeah, you can kind of see the peaks of the base. So let's just go up. A lot of this was custom. I had to make this myself, which... This was an endeavor, I tell you. This was a true masterpiece of terraforming, this guy over here. This valley was entirely man-made, and I really liked it. It's just... Oh, okay. So this was basically one of the first things I built in Creativerse, and it's not great, but my idea was just kind of have this base sort of sprawled out around these mountains. Originally, I wanted to do like towers and, you know, a bridge connecting them, and I just never did. I don't know. So this was the queen bees. It doesn't work very well. I built it wrong. Whatever. Everyone act casual. This was a little farming hut. It's actually just come in handy a lot. I have some infinite springs here and here, and over there is sort of my workshop. I built a lava spawner here, which, yeah, is working. So I needed a lot of worm teeth, those guys. And this worked great. This was a popular video too, and it worked great. Just a bunch of lava, and these guys will just spawn like this. And you can come in and kill them and back out. You know, I'll go jump into the mineral water. It worked great. This was a super handy spawner. Super handy spawner. Before we go inside of this mountain, pretty much most of this mountain is carved out, and I have stuff in it. We'll check out the rest of the stuff on the outside. So down here I did another spawner, which doesn't work as well. It was supposed to be a corrupted spawner. This is all corrupted stone. I guess we can... There we go. Yeah, this is all corrupted stone. This one, for whatever reason, doesn't really work, and I'm not sure why. So that's different. that one, I don't know what happened. I don't know why that one doesn't work, but anyway. This is also a custom mountain here. I was going to do the same thing on this side, and I never got around to it. I sort of got distracted and started building other things. This was going to be all peak stone as well. So over here, I did a little animal thing. I've got my dust devil in a top hat, and my pigsy in a top hat, and yeah, these I never really used them, but they're there. They're there. And then this was when machines started coming out. The machine update. So I built this place, which is supposed to be this sort of big factory. So I've got all my ores on this side, so a bunch of forges, a bunch of processors. The idea was you can do stuff in bulk here, which I do. I usually come on this side though. It's usually like processing or forging. And this place really did come in handy, to be honest with you. It was a fun build, and it was very useful. Just having a lot of processors and stuff in the same place was really great. I made a little upstairs. I wanted to have a very factory vibe. The lights here kind of changed colors a few times. I also made a system where the lights would turn on and off. I can't remember my password though. I think I can see it though. Ooh, hello. Yeah, I should be able to see it, right? Number... Aim at a machine to inspect its configuration. Am I not doing that? What? I don't know. It's not working. Anyway, but yeah, I want to say something like this. No? Anyway, if we come in here, you can see the lights are off. I forget the password, but essentially when you come in, the lights turn on delay, so it kind of goes doo, doo, doo. You know, warehouses kind of have that effect. This also has that effect, and I just forgot the password. But yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. It was pretty cool to come in here and, like, the lights all turn on. I don't know what I put as the password, though. Anywho, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let's go inside of the mountain. This was sort of everything that was built outside. A lot of these farms as well. The queen bees and the cactus and the machines and everything. It was when I was learning the game, so I didn't really understand how mechanics work or anything like that. So like the lava spawner was kind of just a random, let's try something out. And so yeah, a lot of this was really just me trying to figure out the game. But anywho, I mean, a lot of this was made like a year ago. It's kind of crazy. I used fans. I was obsessed with fans for whatever reason. I used fans to do everything here. You can see we have these weird platforms. We kind of have different levels. So this was my teleporter level. We can go to fossil, stalactite, you know, corruption, whatever. We can go to the desert where we get our sand. I don't remember what that one was. These are to come back. This is where we collect wood, canyon, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this was a really useful level. The second level, right, this was supposed to be my big storage room, although I never really use it. Well, I did use it. It just, I would be taking stuff out more than I put stuff in. So, you know, like, Peakstone never got above, like, half of this chest. So I built this with the best of intentions, and then I just never really collected the materials, or I was using them so much it didn't matter. We have a stairway up to the next level, but we can take the fan. Whatever. This was like the first level I built. This used to be sort of everything, and there used to be a blue bed here. I remember it took me so long to get the recipe for all the different colors of bed. That was a real struggle. Up here was the first thing I built over here, which was this sort of platform on top. And originally this was supposed to extend up and be like a castle on top of a hill, but it never really worked out. Ooh, so, sorry about that. Had to cough. Yeah, the idea was like you spawn in, like when you come to base, you come to this teleporter, and it was supposed to be this really cool overview. You can see where I started cratering this. I was going to make this a deep valley down, actually, and then... yeah, that would have taken a long time, but the idea was you spawn up here, and it was sort of these castles coming up, and I wanted to make them out of peakstone, and they sort of rise out of the mountain, but the dreams were too big for what my mind could do. My mind dreamed too big for something, but I imagine, like, you know, these, like, bridges coming off of these. I don't know. It's an idea that I would love to revisit one day. Anyway, I put a nice just viewing area over here because it's kind of cute. And then up here was, I think the last thing I built over here, which was this just sort of overlook where I could sit by the fire. How come nothing's working in this world? I don't, like I can't click that, I couldn't, the number gate, I don't know, maybe too many updates have passed. But yeah, this was sort of the overlook where I could, you know, check out my place and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, there's also a diving board, which always scares me, even though I know I can hit it fine. Yeah, so where else do we have left to check out? That's pretty much everything here. There's not a huge amount. It's more just nostalgic because this was the first place I sort of worked on. This was the first place I worked on. So let's see. Let's, I guess, go to the mini game area. That would be sort of one of them. Yeah, we got the mini game area, the museum, and yeah, well, I'll meet you guys somewhere. I guess we can just go from here. I was like, how do I get to the mini game area? Right, I just did this. This was my most recent build, which you guys have probably seen. This was going to be a massive storage room slash sort of just useful place. It looks like a turtle. And I really liked this build. This was like the most recent thing I built here, and it's probably my favorite build. It felt like the first build where I actually did it, and it was like, you know what, that holds up. That's a nice build. But yeah, it was made for storage, and I really like it. I really like it. It took a lot of work, a lot of details and things, but yeah, it's a nice build. I'm not going to show it off. I mean, that's it. This is what it looks like. Anyway, we are going to the minigame area. Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel like cutting, so we'll just chat. Oh, world tours, man. You just sort of walk around and lose your voice. Yeah. A lot of stuff in this world, man. A lot of stuff. I guess, what, 110 episodes when this comes out. So this was the minigame area. This is beautiful area. Beautiful area. That'll slowly load in. Beautiful area. I decided to go with this cobblestone path. I really wanted this sort of open air vibe where you can kind of wander between the mini games, which I really like. I really like still. And if I do mini games on another server, maybe the server I play on, you might perhaps see a similar vibe from me. But I really enjoyed this area. I really like these winding paths. So there's a path winding up there, and you can see there's a glider course, which ends here, but it never really worked out because the gliders are still a bit buggy to be doing courses like this, unfortunately. But anyway, I just like the winding path. So yeah, we went with this sort of rustic vibe, the weatherwood wall. Only downside is this place took a lot of iron. This place took a lot of iron to do. This was sort of the center warehouse of it all. And the only minigame I really got done, I had a bunch of ideas for one, like going from treetop to treetop. And then I had one that was like a Mario level with like phasers, and I thought that'd be really cool, sort of a platformer that disappears and stuff. But the only one I actually got finished was this parkour course, which I really like. At nighttime, it's really cool, which we should see really soon. But yeah, it's all lit up. We have a red side and a blue side, red lights, blue lights. It's all lit up. It's pretty easy until you hit the end when it's quite difficult. And originally I wanted to sort of make this like this was the first half, and then maybe a second half you come back or go out or north or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it's a pretty cool parkour course. I actually really like it. And that's about all that's in this area. This was a lot of time, actually, just doing the pathways, and the glider course took a really long time. We can fly through it, but it doesn't work great. It doesn't work great, but yeah, this area, I really like the vibe of it, you know? I love this pathway. I love this pathway. I'll say that right now. Love it. Love it. This takes quite a while to get up to, doesn't it? Bloom, bloom, bloom. I don't have any music to like play my way up. So yeah, this was the glider course. You start here and you go through these things, except, well, there's that problem. The mouse is a little conjigable. Yeah, and then there's that problem. You need to make these basically like a 5x5 hole to actually be able to get through comfortably, which kind of sucks because then it's not very fun if you make them much bigger. But you can see they wrap around this whole canyon, which is a really nice canyon, and they finish over here. Unfortunately, it just it just didn't work. And to make them bigger and everything else, it wasn't very cool or fun, and it made the building it kind of whatever. So when gliders get fixed, if they ever, well, if they want to fix them, I don't know, maybe this is how they want them to play, but if they ever get more precise, this course will probably be really fun. But until then, probably not. So there's only one last thing that I have to check out, which is the biggest thing I built, which is called the Museum of All Things Creativerse, which you guys have probably seen. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I figured we might as well finish there. But yeah, you can kind of get a look at what this is like at night. Anyway, let's go back to our turtle and end our tour at the museum. So I don't want to do a whole walkthrough of the museum because that would take a while, and I did one not too long ago. The Museum of All Things Creativerse. I thought we'd leave from Spawn just because I like this building. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough of it because I did one very recently. If you want to watch that, just check back a few videos, but it's also what the adventure is of if you want to see it. This is the one project I really want to keep working on in this world. I want to finish the museum. There's 2 more sides to do, which we can see in a second. There's 2 more sides to do in it, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what's keeping me in this world. Also, I get to play with the guys in this world whenever they're on. So yeah, I'll definitely be back in this world to finish this project specifically. Yeah, so this side's done. This is a bunch of biodomes, which are pretty snazzy. This is like one of my favorite builds. These are all little self-contained environments you guys have seen hundreds of times if you've been following a while. And then this side is all the blocks in Creativerse with an asterisk, because every time I say that, somebody mentions 1 or 2 blocks I missed. But yeah, so this is all the blocks in the game. And you can play this as an adventure if you search the Museum of All Things Creativerse. So that's kind of cool. There's a bunch more to explore if you're into that. But I did a tour of this really recently. So yeah, that's about everything in this world that I've done. I'm going to assume that I already set off the fireworks that were up here. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's about it for this world tour. That was all the stuff that we missed in the last one. Last time we did most of the stuff around Spawn. This time we did all the other things, and it was pretty cool. A little bit nostalgic, but I'll be back in this world, so there's no need to worry. I want to finish this build. Yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment letting me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you thought of my early builds, my late builds, whatever. We'll just keep pushing this guy back. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Except when I have a rainbow sword. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment. Subscribe for more Creativerse. We are starting a new Let's Play. We started it yesterday, but we're continuing a new Let's Play, and I'm really excited about it. So, I will catch you guys later. A ciao!